Conor McGregor's incredible self-belief. Over the next 2 months this will become clearer, for those who don't follow the UFC regularly, but McGregor's belief in himself is extraordinary. He has achieved everything he said he would. He has set goals for himself that seemed utterly ridiculous at the time he tossed them out there, only to bring them to reality. He said he would knock out Jose Aldo, and he did. He said he would become the biggest pay-per-view draw in UFC history. He did that too. He also became the first two-division champion in the UFC. For all of the drama that will accompany this fight over the next 2 months, this part is not bluster. McGregor genuinely believes he will beat Floyd Mayweather in Mayweather's domain. It's simply the way he insists on having it. He's a southpaw, and he's young. This is the stuff that will translate for doubters. UFC President Dana White has been quick to point out that McGregor is longer, he's younger, and he's packing wallet. If he touches Floyd's chin, the argument goes, it will evaporate the same as anyone else's. And Conor's a southpaw, too, which traditionally gives Mayweather trouble. Add to that the fact that the now 40-year-old Mayweather is coming off a 2-year retirement, and you've arrived at fighting's most traditional setup for optimism, the puncher's chance. That old puncher's chance has stayed in business for a long time. Mayweather himself has pointed to these advantages to help foster competitive hope, but it's all transparent. The fact is that these factors exist. The version of Mayweather that outclassed Manny and Andre Berto in 2015 is good enough to buzz around McGregor and make him swing at ghosts. But he is 40, and he is coming off a long layoff. And McGregor does punch hard, and he does use his left hand to communicate his power. Max Kellerman went on record saying he doesn't think McGregor will land a clean punch in the fight. That's a possibility. Then again, McGregor is not only an opportunist, he's a smart fighter. He is obsessed with understanding his opponent's tendencies. He is obsessed with exploiting them. And he envisions landing the big shot so many times before throwing an actual punch, that by the time it happens on fight night, it feels like a foregone conclusion. That's why they call him Mystic Mac.
So Manny,
Mayweather is a shrewd customer, and he's been through the circus rings plenty of times. He's gone up against some talkers. He's heard people tell him what they are going to do once the bell rings. He typically collects all those proclamations and makes them part of the logo, TMT. But I feel fairly certain he has never met the likes of a Conor McGregor in any of his build-ups. Mayweather won't have to lift a finger to sell this fight. He can sit back and let McGregor carry the load of the promotional work. McGregor will make this a compelling watch. Still, McGregor is going to draw Mayweather in. You know it's happening. McGregor was the only tenant in Jose Aldo's head for a year, and he maintains a loft there to this day. Dustin Poirier? Poirier said he learned a lot about himself after fighting McGregor. Eddie? He said he was immune to words, but really he was in denial. When McGregor showed up in the white mink and red turtleneck, the battle was won. McGregor feeds on doubt. Bottom line is this: when people doubt McGregor, he shines. Coming into the UFC, most believed wrestlers would be his kryptonite. He took out Chad Mendes, also a sublime striker like Aldo, with the meanest leg kicks in the game. He beat current featherweight champion Max Holloway with a torn ACL. Coming up from featherweight, he lost to Nate Diaz in an arbitrarily drawn-up 170-pound fight due to the late notice of the arrangement. He insisted the rematch occur under those exact same conditions, even if having the fight at lightweight made more sense to both fighters given full camps. Why? He didn't want asterisks. Through all of it, McGregor has embraced his doubters, proved them wrong, and then moved on to the next ridiculous thing, where new crops of doubters are sure to be found. It so happens that this time it'll be in a boxing ring in Las Vegas, against one of boxing's most technical craftsmen in a historical fight that will break numbers worldwide. The doubters are already showing up in number, as they should. It's a ludicrous proposition to jump from MMA to boxing against one of boxing's best ever, even for that 9-figure payday. Doubt is a key ingredient for a setup like this, yet McGregor is at his best when critics use words like can't or won't.